G'day people, but I modified it here again. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. Here is the cross slide nut on my Bridgeport clone, and you can see it's hard to see, but it's in very good condition. You can still see the machining marks on the inside of the screw thread there, and what you'll notice is it's been half cut in the factory. So I didn't check it, but there was visible movement, but it was very, very small. So what I'm going to do is cut this all the way through, and that will allow me, given the adjustment in the cross slide backlash, to happen. This is the screw that does the job. It sits in that little cutout there on the nut and allows you to cinch up these two halves, once this has been cut of course, to adjust your backlash clearance. And this is the cast body that it slides into. That's the traverse, or x-axis I guess. This is the y. That slides down there. It's probably not the right way around. Yeah, so that slides into there. Into that keyway. It's fairly tight, I'm not going to put it in. And then that was screwed in or adjusted with that nut. So it goes into that hole down there. And once you've adjusted it, this little guy here screws into that hole, and that tightens down onto the adjuster. And that's how they did it on the Bridgeport. I have a Bridgeport manual. I have a HARTFORD manual coming actually from a company that escapes me, in printed form from the States. It's a reproduction apparently. I was unable to find a freebie version of it, so I paid $35 for the remastered, if you like, copy. Anywho, thought I'd show you that. It's interesting. So yeah, once I cut that in half, that's going to give me that backlash adjustment that wasn't available previously. And I didn't realise till I'd actually, when I tried to cinch it up with the adjustment, I didn't realise that it wasn't in two halves, because indeed the main slide is already in two halves. I guess the assumption there is that the X gets more wear than the Y. Anyway, that's interesting. Some bearings have arrived for this guy here. However, after I'd ordered them, I realised that the bearings were meant to be a matched pair. That is, they're ground to be mated together to give a desired zero backlash or zero clearance, or indeed some negative clearance, as it were, so some light preload, which is interesting. The bearing, which is a 7204 or an MBU 011 according to the HARTFORD manual, when I pulled the bearings out, the X, this guy here, it turns out that if these are original, they didn't use a matched pair of angular contact bearings. They used just some plain old 6204s, which are not angular contact. not designed for a thrust axial load. So it's interesting. So I've ordered a very expensive two pairs of bearings to replace these ones. Although they're not diabolical, they're pretty rough, and there's a little bit of movement in there. A bit hard to see there. So I thought, why not? While I'm in there, I'll get it right. These are the bearings I actually did order. They're nasty. Well, they're not nasty at all. They're made in Japan. They're a 6204 2NSE, but they're just a deep groove ball bearing. Not the right tool for the job. So why not do it right? If you're going to do it right. So I'm putting in some fully sealed bearings. This guy here is for the motor. This guy here, which I mentioned in the last video, and it goes on the end there. So it'll be nice and smooth and tight. Happy days. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening.